Welcome in, Nicole. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you can make it to this one. You're in for a treat. I'm starting at 5, so I'm just giving time for everyone to come in. So how was your day? Mine was a bit busy. Trying to hurry up and get this done. Welcome, Mwita. Welcome. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Oh, wow. Right. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the awesome. You are awesome also. Oh, man. This is exciting. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm just talking to myself. Just talking to myself. I'm excited. I'm excited to read this second book. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Y'all are in for a treat. Thank you for the daily heart me, by the by. Thank you, thank you. Oh, man. What if my dragons can be seen? I want y'all to be seen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And I just want people to, I want to share this with people, and then all they got to do is show up. Gifts, it's optional, you know, just showing some love. I'm not asking for much. Not asking for much at all. This was a big move for me. You know, this is a pace that I can handle. And then in the near future, I'll be ready for the fast pace. I'll know how to take it. I know how to take it one step at a time. But this is exciting. I'm going to leave you at the edge of your seat at the end of the night, at the end of this live. Man. About 3 minutes, y'all. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just making sure I'm prepared. I better get my book prepared while I'm still sitting here. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for sharing it. I appreciate it. Welcome, Nitaverse. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. Thank you for the daily heart me. Thank you for making it. How are you today? I can't wait for tonight. I'm not missing your table read. Just know this. I'm not missing this table read. So I gotta make this is a treat for me and for you. Okay? I'm glad you made it. Oh man. This is all I could ever ask for. Just be here in the moment with me. I have to be. I have to. This is the most active I've been with anybody ever. I'm glad we came back into TT streets. Met some amazing people. Nitaverse, you are amongst them amazing people. You and among so many others on here. I'd say 505. I give it to 505. Give it to 505 and we'll get started. That's pretty high. But deep the vibe, dive deep in it like a Buddha's advice. I feel like God looking through the eye of the holy behold. Hold up. Yeah, flipping through the scribe pages, I go over like we really try some beauty. Oh, okay. Where am I? What is this? Oh. Oh, I'm right where I need to be. Thank you for the awesomes, Nicole. Thank you, thank you. Oh, wow. I didn't realize I read that far into book 2. That's pretty long, so. So, I'm going to try to get through these long chapters. Not too fast, but fast enough, you know, to get to the other chapters. Because this one was a longer read, if I say so myself. Thank you, Miss Nita. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the TikTok tags, TikTok gifts. Life like this is the fine art from great. This is Basquiat in a gold frame. Black like hematite, blood from a phenotype with this holy glare line. It's the one I'm so vain. Got A1 grade, 4C locks on a 5D stage. This kind of frequency, such a gorgeous strip. Get aboard, come and ride these waves. Rock. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, while I'm just sitting here looking random. Okay, we'll just start with that then. Okay, start with that then. Are you on? Mama wanted some cereal. I'm trying. I need my moderator. Waiting on my moderator. Who just came in? Who just came in? Someone came in. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully I can see your name in time. Oh, I can just go here. No, so far it's just Nitaverse and Nicole. Somebody came in. Yeah, I need my moderator. Oh, this is an epic story about two people who are born of the dragon world. Yes, it is. Yes, that's the name of my book. Welcome, Spiritually Divine. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Yes, it is about metaphysics, spirituality, and dragons. Well, I hope you stay long enough to hear the story. Welcome, Quad Threat. Well, I'll say QT. I don't know if I can say threat. Welcome, QT. Don't forget to share the live so we can get more people in. The portal is still open, and I'm just waiting on more to get here. Yeah, just go to my bio, and yeah, but I can tell you a little bit right now. Yeah, it's about dragons. You know, not only it's just it's a very interesting story that it gives your imagination stimulation. Welcome, Joy. How you doing, sis? Thank you for the daily heart me. But yeah, not only you get to hear a story about dragons, but it also gives good soul food for the masculine and feminine energy. So you can stay in if you want to hear it. Let me check my messages. You can stay in if you want to listen to the second book, but also at the end of this, go back and listen to the first book. This book is two books in one. So you can go to my bio and go to YT University. I have a link, and you can listen to the first book. That sounds all right. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Joy. Looks like Joy is ready. Joy is ready. Look at this. She is ready. She is ready. Okay. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Cause hold on. I'll wait till she come out. Wait a minute, y'all. Just sit tight. Sit tight. Okay. Excuse me, moi, y'all. I'm going to need a special guest on my screen with me. Is that the playbook? Where am I going? Okay. Playbook. I just want a panel. Oh, here we go. Layout. I just want one. There we go. That's all I wanted. Okay. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Excuse me, don't mind me. I'm going to get started in a few moments. Don't mind me. I'm going to get started in a few moments. Okay. All right. Thank you, Q, for the welcome in, Q. Thank you for the Daily Heart Me. I'm sorry. I'm over here just getting things ready because I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm pumped. My blood is going right now. And I'm happy to see you all here. So, okay. We're about to go into this portal. This portal, which is my story, my adventure. Thank you for the roses, Nicole. And not only do I want you to enjoy the story, I want you to open all your endorphins. Allow your chakras to get in this good food. Okay? Oh, and yes. Listener's discretion advised. Okay? I just know this is going to be on a lot of emotions tonight. Okay? Okay? Welcome in, Chick Star. Welcome, welcome. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Okay. So, to those that are new here, welcome in. You are in for a treat. Welcome, GMA 196. Welcome, welcome in. Feel free to stay for a good read and some soul food for your energy. This is the intention of why I've been writing this for 10 plus years. Book 3 is coming soon, okay? Let me turn this down because it's time. Welcome in, King Conscience. If I said it. Okay. I just want you to turn down.
Hey, pay attention to some of the comments.
I'm looking. I'm trying to turn this down.
Joe said, give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm not starting yet.
Okay. Oh, look at her.
Oh, thank you. Yes. You know me so well. I love you, Joy. That's one thing that touches me best is my dragons. And thank you for using the stickers. Thank you. So, is everyone ready? Put a 1 in the comments if you are ready for this. I will not be this pumped. I would not be this pumped if I was capping, as the YN say. But I'm going to say mine. I would be lying if I said it wasn't interesting. It's different when I read it. And if you know anyone that wants a good read, if they're not here, you can invite them in. But also go to my bio. I do have it on the Zon. It's available. But right now, we're all together. Okay, let's breathe. Let's all breathe in. Okay. Does this look all right with the hood on? Anybody? Is this all right? This is a special occasion for all of us. Okay. All right. Welcome in, Life. Welcome Johnny 77. Yeah. Okay. So we are all together. We done took our deep breaths. And we're about to walk on in. Make sure you let the people new here in this live to stay with the group. Okay? Because where we're going is beyond this here. We're right here, okay? We're right here. You got to stay with me. Okay. Without further ado, I begin book 2. Chapter 1. The Prosperity of Rashima. The midday sun beat down on Rashima's cobbled streets, the air thick with the scent of roasting spices and unfamiliar flowers. 20 years. 20 years since Dax, Celine, and Brielle had last walked these paths. 20 years etched onto their faces, yet somehow erased by the sheer joy of their reunion. The city itself, however, had changed. New buildings, taller and grander than before, clawed at the azure sky, their sun-baked stone gleaming. Brielle, her eyes crinkling at the corners as a warm smile stretched across her face, gestured around them. So much has changed, she breathed, her voice barely above the murmur of the bustling marketplace. We never got a proper goodbye, did we? But in my heart, she paused, a hint of wistfulness in her tone. I always knew we'd find our way back. Dax, his gaze sharp in assessing, scanning the vibrant scene. The supplies, he began, his voice rough. How does Rashima manage? The temple. It's the only source, isn't it? Brielle chuckled, a low melodious sound. She placed a hand on a rough-hewn stone wall, warm with the sun, the ancient energy pulsing faintly beneath her touch. Forgotten already, Dax? The city of dragons. Its lifeblood flows through Rashima still. Her eyes, the same vibrant emerald as the distant peaks, held a knowing glint. Celine, quiet until now, placed a hand on Dax's arm. Her silent understanding, a comfort in the face of the overwhelming changes. The 20 years that had woven a new tapestry over their hometown. The air thrummed with an almost imperceptible energy, a whisper of the magic that linked Rashima to its ancient protector, a tangible reminder of what they had all escaped, and the bond that had brought them home. Y'all all right? Thank you for the donuts, Q. Thank you, thank you. The city pulsed with the quiet energy, a stark contrast to the memory of the great attack. Provisions arrived silently, unseen, their transit a testament to the council's ingenuity. Money, a relic of a less peaceful past, lay forgotten. Yet the serenity was a fragile shield against the whispers of the outside world. Have others tried to breach Rashima's barrier? Excuse me, wrong character. Have others tried to breach Rashima's barrier? Celine's voice, sharp as winter wind, cut through the calm. Brielle's gaze drifted to the shimmering energy field that surrounded their haven. Many have approached, she replied, her voice low. But they're diverted, guided away. A subtle shift in her expression hinted something unspoken. Dax's brow furrowed. Any news from the council? Brielle hesitated, her fingers tracing patterns on a smooth, moss-covered stone. Little, but something's amiss. I feel it. A storm gathering. Even my parents, members of the council, can't fully mask it from me. Her voice was barely a breath, yet it carried the weight of unspoken dread. Rashima hummed with power, its unique energy, the keystone of the City of Dragons, defenses. The feeling was palpable, a tangible energy throbbing beneath their feet. For now, though, worry yielded to the warmth of worry yielded to the warmth of the recent solstice celebrations. Y'all okay? Y'all still with me? Are y'all still with me? Just getting a drink of water. Welcome in, Alana McKinney. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to share the live. Tap that screen. Don't worry. One at a time is fine. That's all right. All right, I'm going to continue now. A little nervous. A week has been a long week for me. Okay. Brielle gestured around them. Just like the city, she said, a smile playing on her lips. Days ago, we lit the Yule log. The square alive with dancing and song. The market stalls overflowed. Only you two weren't there. Dax's hand rested on Celine's shoulder, his gaze meeting Brielle's. Not a solstice has passed that we haven't thought of you, he said, his voice husky with emotion. We're family. Always. As they walked, sharing memories of childhood adventures, the years melted away, leaving only the enduring bond between them. Brielle, younger yet wise beyond her years, possessed an uncanny connection to the natural world, her presence radiating serenity. Dax and Celine, ever watchful, moved with a protective instinct around her. Then it happened. A wave of pure, raw power crashed over Celine, throwing her against the nearby bench. The air itself crackled with an alien energy, an unseen force that pressed down with suffocating weight. Dax and Brielle rushed to her side. This was unprecedented. Celine's face was pale, her breath ragged. This aura, she gasped, her voice trembling. It's overwhelming. Her eyes, wide and fearful, reflected the terror of the unseen, the idyllic peace of Rashima shattered, replaced by the chilling certainty that something terrible was coming. That is chapter 1. Mind you, thank you for the roses, Kim. Mind you, some of y'all here have heard this already. So I'm just going back over it again for the new people here. So stay with the group, because it's about to get real. Okay? After chapter 1, the rest of the chapters get really real. So hold on and stay close. Welcome in, Carlene. Did I have that right? Carlene, okay. All right. Chapter 2, Nara and Scorn. Across the gulf between galaxies, a tide of shadow swept towards Orion. Blood Rain, astride his obsidian Bahamut, led an armada that blotted out stars, a chilling premonition of the cosmic horror to come. But ahead, far ahead, cutting through the void like obsidian knives, flew Nara and Scorn, siblings of Nightmare, their own agenda twisting like a venomous viper within the larger conquest. A cruel, predatory smile stretched Nara's lips, a thin line against the cosmic dust. She tasted the power, felt its thrumming resonance echoing through her very scales, a symphony of annihilation. My aura, it claws at Rashima already. The wretched town writhes under its touch. I hope Bria would be first to sense it, the little viper. Her cursed heritage, a taint on the council's purity, makes her exquisitely sensitive to power. The only one of our kind left in the festering pit, a delicious irony. Let me read that again. The only one of our kind left in that festering pit, a delicious irony. Nara and Scorn. Thank you for the populist cue. Nara and Scorn. Pay attention to these two. She called her own sister a little viper. Okay? These are Brielle's older brother and sister. Their parents are part of the council. Okay? Their parents are part of the council. And I'll just leave it at that. Scorn's voice, a low growl that vibrated with an ancient power, cut through her. Silence, sister. Let the fear fester. No matter who feels the tremor of our approach, our plan remains unshakable. The winter solstice. 1 year. 1 year to let their complacency rot, to let them believe their pathetic defenses hold. Then we strike. They forget we are Bahamuts, masters of portals, weavers of realities. The council, with its paltry mastery, scrapes at the surface. We devour universes to slake our hunger for the ancient energy. Our only weakness? The exquisite agony of resisting its siren song. Nara felt a flicker of something akin to respect, or perhaps was it merely grudging admiration for her brother's chilling pragmatism. That scent of the ancient energy, intoxicating and corrupting, clung to her mind like a phantom caress. You're right. By then, the full blood ring will be entwined with it, believing it is his shield, his prize. It protects only those with positive energy. Foolish mortal. He doesn't understand the dark heart of what he has embraced. Time, it is our most potent weapon. Her voice dripped with anticipation. A predator poised to strike. The Orion galaxy trembled in the shadow of their wings. The city pulsed with a silent dread, a tremor in the very air that clawed at Dax and Celine's senses. The council's ancient eyes, like chips of obsidian, burned into them. They knew Celine's intuition, a razor-sharp edge honed by centuries of dragon blood, had sliced through the veil of normalcy. The metallic tang of fear coated her tongue. The shift, it's palpable, Celine breathed, the words of a tremor in the oppressive silence. Tresara, her scales the color of a dying sun, exhaled a plume of smoke that smelled of ozone and ash. Palpable, child, is an understatement. Bahamut's shadow stretches across the realms. This isn't mere ambition. This is a hunger that gnaws at the very fabric of existence. A power so ancient it whispers of creation's dawn. Nyla and Spire, their voices a chilling duet of sorrow and defiance, added their chilling weight. Such unchecked will, few of our kind possess the strength, the divine will to resist. We chose resistance. It's etched into our souls, a fire that burns against the darkness. Celine's voice, sharp as shattered glass, cut through the suffocating dread. What preparations? What can we do? Tresara's gaze, ancient and weary, met Celine's. There are none. The Bahamut's arrival is a storm without warning. We are masters of portals, yes, but even we cannot anticipate the tempest. Their energy, it's a wildfire. It might simmer for ages, a slow burn of dread, or explode in a cataclysmic instant, leaving nothing but ash. The elder dragon's voice cracked, barely audible, betraying the agonizing weight of their long vigil. We chose to deny our own hunger to protect the peace, for Brielle, for the sake of the innocent. She, unlike us, channels her power. She chooses love. She transmutes that raging inferno into a shield. That is why she remains in Rashima, facing the inevitable storm. Y'all all right? If you didn't catch it, the way they describe Brielle is of the utmost importance. Welcome in, Lucy Ortiz. Welcome in. The description of how strong, how powerful Brielle is there's no words. So, are y'all all right? Put a 1 in the comment section. Let me know if you're all right. We still good? All right, spiritual, you good? We good? Anybody else? Q, you good? You good? Faith Reads, welcome in. I didn't see you. Welcome in. You good? Nita, okay, you good? All right. All right. Moving on. Whew. Spire, his eyes filled with a desperate tenderness, approached Celine and Dax, his voice a low rumble that vibrated through their bones. Go to your mother. In the high mountains. She feels it too. The tremor of the impending doom. She will tell you what you need to know. Dax, his gaze settled on the younger dragon. Your bond with your inner power, it's fledgling. Your father paid a terrible price for his reckless ambition. His heart was true, but his will was weak. Go to the mountains, young ones. Clear your minds. Strengthen your spirits. She awaits. The unspoken threat in his words hung heavy in the air. A chilling premonition, the scent of pine and snow, a sharp contrast to the city's metallic tang, suddenly beckoned, promising respite before the storm broke. The valley below reeked of fecundity, a suffocating sweetness clinging to the air, thick with the scent of 1,000 blooming things. Above the mountains clawed at the sky, a jagged obsidian spine against a bruised purple twilight. They weren't merely high, they were an affront to gravity, a testament to raw, untamed power. This wasn't mere harmony, it was a palpable thrumming, a vibrant pulse of Celine's mother. What were two names I said y'all can refer this ancient dragon to. What two names did I say? Joy, you should know. I know spiritually knows. What two names does she go by? Welcome in, Ray. What two names does she go by? With two names. She goes by two names. Okay, I'll just begin to read. I'll start from this paragraph again. There you go. There you go. There you go. Mama Yo. Let me start this paragraph again for you. This wasn't mere harmony. It was a palpable thrumming, a vibrant pulse of Selene's mother. Yakana's very essence, that's the second name, a living, breathing ecosystem fueled by spirit energy so potent it tasted like iron and starlight on the tongue. Yakana, elder queen of those colossal peaks, wasn't just a member of the council. She was the council. Her will etched into the very stone. The other elders, shadows compared to her incandescent power, could only watch as she commanded her domain. This wasn't merely territory. It was an extension of her soul. Every blade of grass, every soaring eagle, every whispering wind, a reflection of her indomitable spirit. The peaks, sharp enough to draw blood from the careless, offered a panoramic vista, a kingdom laid out like a map. The other realms shrinking into insignificant specks below. Her gaze, from that dizzying height, held the cold fire of ages, a warning and a promise. This wasn't just a manifestation. It was her reign. Directly speaking, Joy. Welcome in, Tango. Joy, are you all right over there? Are you all right over there? You good? What did you think? How Mama Yo's domain is described. I thought you were home. Welcome in, true believer. Welcome in. Don't forget to like and share this live. Okay. Just be careful, okay? Just be careful. The forest pressed in, a suffocating wall of emerald and shadow. Yet a strange warmth, a palpable thrum, vibrated through them. Selene's voice, a low purr laced with steel, cut through the oppressive green. My word, you haven't even set foot in the valley, and the whispers have already carved your names into the very soul of this place. They yearn for you. Her eyes, the color of a storm-racked sea, burned with an intensity that mirrored the ancient power humming beneath the forest floor. Yakana, her hand a vice of bone and sinew on theirs, squeezed tighter. The scent of pine and damp earth warred with the metallic tang of blood, a phantom scent, a premonition hanging heavy in the air. This isn't mere gossip, Yakana hissed, her voice a rasping sigh against the rising dread. I feel the weight of your burden, the crushing pressure of the hunger. I understand their nature, these magnificent cursed Bahamut. Their wisdom is a razor's edge, balanced precariously on the cliff of their insatiable will to resist the siren song of potent spirit energy. It's not just unnatural, it's suicidal. They are a species teetering on the brink of oblivion, driven by a need so profound it eclipses all reason, all self-preservation. Her grip tightened, a silent plea echoing the desperate gamble they were about to undertake. The air crackled with unspoken fear. The ancient trees seeming to lean in morbidly curious witnesses to their perilous journey. My words carry the weight of the council's ancient wisdom. The elder rasped, his voice a low growl that vibrated through the very floorboards. Live, breathe, Tend to yourselves, your bonds, as if each other's breath is a precious jewel, whether your journey unfolds at a snail's pace or a hurricane's fury. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Taste the iron tang of the blood in your veins. That's your strength. In the blackest night, when despair claws at your soul, remember this: hope flickers, a stubborn ember in the ashes. It will forge you, stronger than the fires of 1,000 dying stars. And when the inevitable storm breaks, accept it. Let it consume you, then rise from its heart reborn. His eyes, ancient wells of knowing, burn with an unsettling light. My presence is a constant hum beneath the surface, felt as surely as the beat of your own heart. But fate, my children, is a river that carves its own path. Days bled into months, months into a year. Dax and Celine, adrift in the fragrant, fecund heart of their mother's domain, forged a fragile peace. Meditation became a ritual, a desperate stripping away of anxiety, their minds echoing the ghostly whispers of a shared purpose, to become unshakable pillars, ready to weather any tempest. But across the unimaginable gulf of space, blood rain hunted them, relentless as the tide, his very being pulsed with their life force, a parasitic hunger that fed on their essence. The winter solstice, a blade of ice, poised to strike, a test, not merely a test of strength, but of survival itself. Their destinies, intertwined like the threads of a dark tapestry, would be woven on the loom of fate. The scent of coming blood hung heavy in the air, a chilling presentiment. That is the end of chapter 2. I know that was long. Welcome in, Free. Welcome in. I know that was a bit long, but you got to do that right. Who was that? Chapter 2. Nara and Scorn. Yes. That was a rightful end to that terrifying chapter. That's real. That's real. Everyone still with me? Everyone still with me? Thank you for liking the live. Thank you, thank you. Everyone still with me? Because we've only just begun. Now it gets interesting. Now it gets interesting. All right, stay with the group. If you want to pair up, group up, or we're all a group. So here we go. Chapter 3, Spring Equinox. Sunlight, thick with the pollen of 1,000 blossoms, dripped through the leaves of the ancient apple tree. The air hummed with the joyous chaos of the town square, a kaleidoscope of swirling skirts, laughter that chipped at the edges of silence, and the shrill, delighted cries of children chasing butterflies, the color of amethyst. The scent of roasting nuts and wood smoke mingled with the heady perfume of honeysuckle and ripening apples, a tangible promise of the bountiful harvest. 3 months since the mountains had yielded their secrets. 3 months since Celine and Dax's return. Celine and Brielle, their laughter echoing softly amidst the celebration, settled beneath the apple tree's shade. Brielle's hand rested lightly on Celine's, a silent questioning hanging between them. The sun warmed Celine's face, yet a shadow lingered in her eyes. Celine, Brielle began, her voice barely a whisper against the vibrant symphony of the square. How are you? Truly. Celine traced patterns in the dust on the worn wooden bench, her gaze distant. Lighter, she murmured, her voice catching. Much lighter. But that's... A breath that carried the weight of unspoken anxieties. He's lost in thought, a storm inside, brewing slow. He builds things, takes a break, eats what he needs, but sleeps too little. worried for us, for this place. She glanced toward the square, the swirling dance seeming to mirror the turmoil within her husband. He thrives on this energy, the power of this town, the spring's awakening, but I'm wanting to share it, to feel it, not just absorb it. Brielle squeezed Celine's hand, a gesture of understanding. The apples overhead, heavy with their promise, swayed gently in the breeze. He knows the stakes, Celine, Brielle said, her voice firm. We both know how he is when the pressure builds. He'll find his way. He always does. Her gaze lingered on the vibrant life of the square, a silent affirmation of their resilience, their shared bond, and the promise of the new season. Pine needles, damp with morning dew, cushioned Dax's back as he sat cross-legged. The rough bark of an ancient oak pressing against his spine. Sunlight, fractured by the canopy above, dappled his face. His breath, slow and deliberate, barely stirred the air. He wasn't just focused. His consciousness melted into the pulsing energy, a shimmering emerald thread that stretched and coiled, resisting, yielding, whispering secrets only he could hear. The weight of responsibility, the looming threat, the faces of those he loved pressed down, a physical ache in his chest. But he held firm, determined to master this power before it was too late. He opened his eyes, the forest suddenly vibrant alive, a symphony of greens and browns. A smile touched his lips. Worry is a luxury I can't afford, he murmured to the wind. But joy is fuel. The air hummed with the quiet industry of Rashima citizens. Laughter, sharp and clear, sliced through the morning stillness as women, their baskets overflowing with vibrant fungi and strange iridescent herbs, navigated the thick undergrowth. The forest floor a tapestry of moss and wildflowers unknown to any botanist, yielding its treasures. Dax and the girls, Celine, Brielle, moved with practiced ease among the giant ferns, their fingers tracing the delicate veins of leaves, their eyes discerning the subtle differences between poisonous and potent. They dug carefully, their trowels turning rich earth, transplanting saplings into sturdy clay pots, preparing to nurture their treasures. The scent of wood smoke and baking bread drifted on the breeze, a comforting perfume that mingled with the earthy aroma of the forest. Children's squeals punctuated the sounds of nature, echoing Celine's infectious laughter. Celine, her face radiant, seemed to radiate a warmth that drew the children towards her like moths to a flame. Dax observed, a subtle shift in her presence unmistakable, a newfound serenity replacing the anxious tension he had sensed before. Brielle, usually reserved, moved with quiet grace, assisting in the transplantation, her gaze fixed on the plants, her lips curved in a small, almost imperceptible smile. The spring equinox sun warmed their faces. Dax watched them, the worry momentarily receding. This, he realized, was the shield they needed, not brute force, but the unwavering strength found in shared purpose, in the simple joy of community. He caught Celine's eye. Brielle is blossoming, she whispered, her voice barely audible above the gentle rustling of leaves, a hint of understanding passing between them. The unspoken words hung in the air. We're ready. A chill, colder than the deepest glacial crevice, snaked through Brielle, a phantom touch from a presence unseen by Celine and Dax. It wasn't a whisper. It was a knowing, a searing brand of Nara's astral essence, a violation of her very soul. I feel you, Brielle. The tremor of our approach vibrates through your very bones. You cannot deny it. Our arrival is imminent. Scorned prophecies echoed in the void. By the next winter solstice, we will be upon you. You know what we seek. And no matter the cost, no matter the blood spilled, we will have it. The words hung heavy as lead, tasting of ash and iron on Brielle's tongue. Fury, raw and iridescent, ignited within her. They will be ready, she snarled, her voice a low growl, a defiant counterpoint to Nara's chilling prophecy. And we will meet you in the heart of the storm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've reached halfway. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? That kind of startled me there. I was in there. Excuse me. I have to stop for a moment. Are y'all still with me? Hey, Nandifa. How are you? Is everyone still with me? All the new people still with me?
Yeah,
You still with me?
still here, and you keep glitching when you lean forward. So
I'm
if you
sorry.
could sit back.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you're leaning too close to
Am
the
I
camera.
way into it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me
'Cause you
sit
keep
back.
glitching.
It's
And
exciting. I'm sorry.
I didn't know how to tell you. Hey,
I'm
Just Clean
sorry.
Chemistry, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry not to do that. I don't want to do that. All right. Is that better?
Yes, that's better, but just sit back so you won't.
I don't want
When
to
you
sit
lean
back and I'll start
forward.
glitching again. See?
Yeah, okay, like sit in the middle, cause you kept glitching when you was leaning forward.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Hey, Phoenix. Just getting some camera fixed around. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Welcome. Welcome. You are just in time. I'm in chapter 3, spring equinox. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. Don't forget to like and share this live, and off I go. Nara's spectral laughter, a brittle, venomous sound like ice crackling underfoot, pierced the silence. Oh, Brielle, darling, such bravado. But when the scales of war tip, when you feel the weight of a Bahamut's wrath, the heat of its fire scorching your very essence, the stench of death clinging to the wind, will your courage hold? Let this be your warning. Nara's energy dissolved, leaving behind a residue of pure dread. A bitter taste of impending doom. The rage that clawed at Brielle was a terrifying beast, its icy breath threatening to shatter her composure. She fought it down, each muscle screaming in protest, the effort leaving her drenched in sweat, her heart a frantic drum against her ribs. She had to control herself, to keep the tremor of fear from reaching Celine. Just as her carefully constructed facade threatened to crack, Celine's voice, a lifeline thrown across the chasm of her terror, cut through the darkness. Brielle, are you there? Brielle forced a smile, a brittle mask over the storm within. Yes, sis. Fine. What's next? What's next? There's still so much to do. The unspoken words to prepare for the unimaginable hung between them, heavier than the approaching solstice. The last embers of the spring equinox glowed, a dying fire mirroring the fleeting warmth in their hearts. The shadow of the coming days hung heavy, a palpable dread clinging to the air like the scent of ozone before a storm. Each stolen moment, each shared breath felt precious, a defiant bloom against the encroaching darkness. But even paradise couldn't silence the growing unease, a discordant note in their symphony of love. Light years away, a malevolent star pulsed with the relentless drive of Bloodrain's warship, hurtling toward the Orion system like a celestial predator. Nara and Scorn, his hounds of annihilation, were a whirlwind of destruction, leaving behind only scorched landscapes and the echoing screams of dying stars. The taste of stolen energy, raw, potent, intoxicating, was never enough. Their hunger, a gaping maw of insatiable need, consumed everything. The vibrant tapestry of countless galaxies was unraveling at their touch. Worlds reduced to dust beneath their merciless heel. By the equinox end, the crimson stain of their carnage painted a horrifying testament across the cosmos. Their path, a trail of shattered planets and weeping nebulae, was already weaving the terrifying ley lines of despair. They held the power to traverse the void in an instant. Their mastery of portals, a terrifying omnipotence. The promise of a one-year reprieve felt like a fragile whisper in the face of their raging tempest. A flimsy veil concealing their true intent. Dax and the others, were they merely delaying the inevitable? The sweet promise of spring had curdled into bitter poison on their tongues. That is chapter 3. That is chapter 3. So, after a long, bountiful spring, we always got to check up on what's going on across the stars. Because they're coming. And they're coming fast. They just choose to take their time. They're toying with us. They're toying with them. A bunch of the same light dragons rebelled with one. Might I add, Bloodrain is a former member of the council. Did you hear me? Thank you for using Scorn stickers. Thank you, Spiritual. Bloodrain is a former member of the council. That is why it is paramount that he is to be stopped. I shall continue. Chapter 4. Excuse me, yo. That just popped off on me. Hold on. Oh, wow. You're not doing this, really. Okay. One second, y'all. Okay, now it wants to pop back up. Excuse me. Let me get back to my spot. Are you for real? Okay. I have to remove you from the... Excuse me, y'all, because this is giving me so much difficulties. I just want to start chapter 3. That's all I want to do. Don't do that. Okay. Chapter 4, I meant to say. All right, here we go. Chapter 4. Summer Solstice. Sunlight, thick and honeyed, dripped through the... Oh, 1 second. Page 44, we're 60% through. Page 44. Okay. So you know where I'm at. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah. I'm good. I got it back up. Yeah, you know where I'm at. Okay, good. Oh, okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you. I didn't know you was reading. Okay. I shall continue. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, here I go. Okay. Sunlit, thick and honey dripped through the leaves of the ancient forest. 3 months had melted into summer solstice. In the distance, the laughter of Celine and Brielle, punctuated by the excited shrieks of children, echoed as they navigated a berry-laden thicket. Dax, however, stood alone in a sun-drenched valley, his breath misting faintly in the cool morning air. He moved with a fluidity that defied gravity, a blur of motion as he channeled his power. Emerald sparks crackled around him, weaving intricate patterns as he manipulated the raw energy. A low growl vibrated in his chest, the thrum of a dragon's heart awakening within him. His father's sword, a gleaming length of obsidian, hummed in his hand, not a strike, but a dance. Each movement, a delicate exploration of his burgeoning abilities. He transmuted energy between his fingertips, shaping shimmering orbs of light and then dissolving them into nothingness. A carefully controlled symphony of power. Sweat beaded on his brow, but his focus remained unwavering. A steel gaze fixed on the sun-drenched peaks. One moment, okay. This, okay, puzzle. Okay. Dax, my man, just stays on the grind. Every changing season. Excuse me, I have to wet my whistle. I don't realize I begin to stumble when I'm dehydrated. Excuse me. But yes, Dax stay on that. He stay on that watch because he know it. He know what's coming. He don't know how to prepare for it, but just get stronger. You know, hone the energy that his father collected back in book 1. Okay? So stay with me, and I shall continue. A rustling in the undergrowth announced Tresar's arrival. The elder council member, her face etched with the wisdom of centuries, emerged from the shadows. Her eyes, the color of twilight, fixed on Dax. The scent of pine and damp earth clung to her. The energy flows through you, Tresara said, her voice a low murmur that carried across the valley. Like a river carving its path through stone. How have you been, Dax? The others, they've been asking. Dax sheathed the sword. The obsidian gleamed faintly. He touched a finger to a crimson berry he plucked, then watched as it transformed into a single perfect emerald. I feel expanded, he breathed, his voice husky with exertion. With each surge, my understanding deepens, but I temper it, he added, glancing at his own hands. I hold it back. The power is seductive. One careless spark and everything could... He trailed off, a flicker of uncertainty crossing his features. Tresara placed a hand on his shoulder, her touch surprisingly firm. The scent of ancient earth intensified. Your father's strength is in you, Dax, she said softly. His fire, his creativity. But it is your grounding, your careful control that sets you apart. Don't let the whispers of your power drown out the voices of those you love. Her gaze swept across the valley, encompassing the distant figures of Celine, Brielle, and the children. Never lose sight of what is truly precious. The scent of wood smoke and pine hung heavy in the Rashima air as Celine slept. The rough spun wool of her blanket, comforting, weighed against her skin. Then a low guttural hum vibrated through the floorboards, a sound that resonated deep in her bones. Whispers, ancient and familiar, brushed against her ears. Celine, Celine, long time. A voice like wind rustling through ancient trees murmured. Elder wolves worry. Difficult days approach. Other voices, a chorus of concern, swirled around her. Do not lose your lunar light. Manifest it. Bahamut dragons, even we know little. Remember, the universe does not err. Mother Nature chose wisely. You, her essence. Remember your fairy magic. A warm feeling, like sunlight filtering through A warm feeling, like sunlight filtering through leaves, settled over Celine. A wave of gratitude, sharp and poignant, washed through her. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know if anybody is lost through there, but Celine is, like I said, razor sharp with her intuition, okay? So just to fill you in on that. Celine is a rare birth, as you have heard in book 1. Celine is a rare birth. She is the vessel to the reincarnation of Mother Gaia's power. That's just the icing on the cake, and we hadn't even got to the middle of the icing yet. Okay? So just to catch you up, just to fill you in, Selene is key. Welcome in, Preach. Welcome. Selene is key to what's about to happen. Okay? Nothing gets past her. Nothing slips in the nothing slips through the cracks. Nothing gets past her. Okay? So just to let you know why she heard all these voices. These are all of the voices of the combined powers of nature, of all types of creatures. Okay? Yes, I said wolves and fairies. Yes, I said that. Moving on. Other voices, a chorus of concern swirled around her. Do not lose your lunar light. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, here I am. She awoke, the whispers fading into the night. The moon, a molten silver disk, hung heavy in the inky sky. A truth settled over, whispers fading into the night. The moon, a molten silver disk, hung heavy in the inky sky. A truth settled over and intoxicating. Under the colossal gaze of the moon, Selene moved. She danced. Each movement fluid, a ripple of moonlight across the earth, chasing away the shadows of doubt. Her bare feet found purchase on the dew-kissed grass, the cool earth grounding her. Unseen, Dax watched from the edge of the clearing. He'd seen her dance before, 1,000 times, but this was different. Raw, untamed. The moonlight painted her skin with silver, highlighting the wild grace of her movements. The energy that radiated from her was palpable, a tangible warmth that drew him in, a profound serenity that calmed the storm within him. The scent of lunar blossoms intensified, filling the night with a heady perfume. Selene's senses sharpened, picking up the subtle shift in the air, a whisper of Dax's presence. She didn't stop. She didn't need to. This dance, this connection to the universe, was as much for him as it was for herself. A silent communion under the watchful gaze of the moon. Okay. Woo! Okay. The romance shared between these two, Dax and Selene. That was where I wanted to get to. I've been wanting to get to this point for so long. If you was to ask me how strong the bond between Dax and Selene are, those paragraphs would tell you all day long. It would tell you all day long. The way she danced in the moonlight. Her husband just watching from a distance. Thank you. This is my masterpiece. It's yet to be finished. But yes, she dances gracefully in the moonlight. Think about it. I shall continue. Okay. The music faded, leaving only the croaking of unseen frogs. Dax's hand closed over Selene's, pulling her gently to the moon-washed bank of the pond. Silver light glinted on the water, mirroring the unshed tears in Selene's eyes. She leaned against him, her breath catching. Trisara, she spoke of you. I nearly faltered. My training. It's all for you. Excuse me. Trisara, wrong character. Stop cosplaying? Oh. I'm sorry. Okay, this camera, now I see it. I get it. I see it, spiritual. Okay, I think that's better. I just had to move it back. Let me start that over. Trisara, she spoke of you. This is Dax. I nearly faltered. My training, it's all for you, Brielle, for Rashima, for our safety. Celine's voice, though soft, held a strength that resonated with in the stillness. But I need you, Dax, healthy, whole, coming home to this place where we first met. When we were apart, finding you again, it was like our souls never stopped beating in time. You'll never face this alone. We have each other. Dax's thumb brushed away a stray hair, the movement slow and deliberate. The scent of lilies and damp earth filled the air. You're right, he murmured, his voice rough with emotion. Through everything, even before we returned, we faced it together. This peace, it's fragile, I know, but no matter what comes, storms, shadows, we'll weather them together. Miles from Rashima, in the Dragon Realm, a ripple disturbed the shimmering air. Scorn materialized his presence, a sudden chill in the balmy night. He stood, a silhouette against a sky bruised with the deep purple of twilight. His arrival, a silent promise of the coming winter solstice. His mastery of portals, a terrifying convenience, was as unpredictable as his ambition. The approaching season hung heavy, a palpable tension in the air, a slow, insidious creep of darkness across the land, unnoticed by most, but felt keenly by those who knew what was coming. That is chapter 4. Scorn has materialized miles away from Rashima. Excuse me. Excuse me. Are y'all still with me? Welcome in, love yourself.
When you leaned to the forward, Lucy said you was glitching again.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Lucy. Thank you. Thank you. My energy's high. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Excuse me. Okay. We're down 2 seasons, okay? We're down 2 seasons. We're down spring equinox. No. Yeah, spring equinox and summer solstice. Scorn appears with no one sensing he is there. As I will say again, listener discretion advised. You are very welcome. You are. Yes, thank you for spending time with us. Oh, she had to leave? Okay.
Yeah, she had to leave. She said she had to go get dinner.
Okay, that's fine. It was good to have her here. She was following along with the story, which was awesome. Okay. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all good? Okay. Chapter 5. Fall Equinox. Crimson, gold, and russet splashed across the mountain slopes as summer surrendered to autumn. A chill wind whispered through the aspens, rustling leaves like whispered secrets. Celine's visit to her mother in the high country felt fleeting, a brief respite before the coming storms. Brielle's classroom echoed with the rhythmic scratch of quills on parchment, the children's voices a high-pitched counterpoint to the rustling leaves outside. Dax, meanwhile, touched down in Texas. The humid air, a stark contrast. Okay, do y'all remember? You remember in book 1, Dax's father, Perry. Yes, Texas. It plays a major part too. Dax's father, Perry, told of his memories. These were locked in for Dax to discover. Let's continue. Dax, meanwhile, touched down in Texas. The humid air a stark contrast to the crisp mountain breeze. He found his mother frail but serene. Her smile a fragile thing, carefully shielded from the storm brewing in his own heart. This is Dax's mother, not Mama Yo, Dax's mother. She is also, this is, we all escaped together. Okay, remember the cataclysmic attack? This is, after all that's been going through, you can see where I'm going with this. Listener, discretion advised. It's going to touch your emotions. So I'll start this over. He found his mother frail but serene, her smile a fragile thing, carefully shielded from the storm brewing in his own heart. There you go. He didn't speak of it, of the shadows that clung to him like a second skin, of the power he now wielded, a power that hung beneath his skin, a low thrum of barely contained energy. His brother Chris, however, saw through the carefully constructed facade. The reunion was unexpected. Chris, his face etched with the harsh lines of hardship, met Dax's hug with a grudging embrace. "How have you been?" Chris's voice was rough, gravely. "Didn't expect to see you. Not since Rashima. Not since the City of Dragons." Dax choked, speechless. The memory, the fire, the chaos. The scent of scorched earth still clung to him. Thought I'd never hear about it, Chris continued, a bitter edge in his tone. Back in the city, I knew what Dad was doing, pretending I didn't see. All that power, no man could handle it. But I felt it, the shift in your aura. You were planning to take it from the start. His voice hardened. When you decided to inherit his legacy, what were you thinking? Dax inhaled deeply. The Texas air thickened his lungs. Intuition, he finally said, the words raw and honest. And my intuition's never wrong. If it were, I wouldn't be here. His voice softened slightly. It's about grounding myself. It's not easy. Small things can throw you off, but we get back up. We find the positive energy. He looked at Chris, his gaze steady. Whatever we face, we'll face it together. Does your family know about everything? Chris's reply was sharp, furious whisper. Are you crazy? Of course not. They can't handle it. They don't need that memory. That disaster weighing on them. His voice softened, a touch of something akin to tenderness entering it. Just look. Look after yourself. You, Celine, and Brielle. Tell her I love her. She's grown into a fine woman. Dax managed a weak smile. I will. Give Misha my love. He paused, a strange calm settling over him. The dragons, they've put up a barrier. You and Mom, you're safe now. Take care, little brother. Dax stepped from the shimmering portal. The dragon world's chill. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. I need to stop. Excuse me. That will be the only time and last time you will hear from his family. They have made the choice to forget it even happened, but not his brother. Okay? Not his brother. You know, he knows everything. He knows what happened. He saw everything. You know, he saw what Dax and his father were doing. He didn't want any part of it. He just didn't want any part of it. He just felt it. He wanted a peaceful life that they had. That they was given that choice. That's the lesson of this. You have a choice, okay? If you already foresee what's to come, you have a choice. You can go this way or go that way, okay? Okay. Continuing on. Dax stepped from the shimmering portal, the dragon world's chill air a stark contrast to the warmth he left behind. A fine mist kissed his face. The fall equinox had arrived. A season of damp earth and whispering leaves. The scent of pine and damp soil filled his lungs. A rich, earthy perfume. He grinned, anticipating the mushroom hunt. The valley of Rashima shimmered under the sky, the color of slate, excuse me. Mushrooms, fat and plump, clustered on moss-draped logs and ancient gnarled trees. Ruby red, ochre, and creamy white, excuse me if I said that right. A bounty spilling across the forest floor. Celine, Brielle, and Yakana, already there, their baskets overflowing, laughed as Dax joined them. The air thrummed with their joy, the forest floor soft beneath their boots. During their foray, Yakana, her eyes shrewd as a hawk's, nudged him. "Shiny," she murmured, her voice low and laced with concern. "Something's troubling you. Don't lie." Dax sighed, the weight of his unspoken worries settling on his shoulders. He confessed his fears, his voice barely a whisper against the rustling leaves. "The uneasiness, it claws at me. I fear for Celine, for Brielle. I won't let them suffer as I did." His voice cracked. Yakana gently steered him to a fallen log, the rough bark digging into his back. "Close your eyes, Shiny," she commanded. Taking his basket, "Breathe." Her fingers, surprisingly strong, rested on his arm. "Remember the human world? The slow building of your life with Celine? The connection? A thread spun from a shared past, only deepened after you met again in the human world. I saw the spark ignite. Then, and I know it's stronger now." Her gaze, unwavering, met his. "Your strength isn't brute force, Shiny. It's your connection to them, to this very place, to the instinct that binds you." She continued, her voice a soothing balm. "That intuition? It's not wrong. Trust it. Your doubts, they're chains holding you back. Let them go. You're capable, Shiny. You're a protector, born of it, and you'll know what to do when the time comes." The forest, silent but for the gentle sigh of the wind through the trees, seemed to hold its breath, waiting. Dax's eyes snapped open. Before him, a tapestry of dappled sunlight filtered through the leaves, illuminating a herd of does, their coats the color of burnished copper, moving with the languid grace. A single buck, antlers like polished ebony, brought up the rear. "See them crossing the path?" A voice asked through Dax didn't see who spoke. "The does, they're calm." Dax breathed, the words catching in his throat. Totally at ease, the buck. He's radiating this quiet confidence. He just knows they're safe with him. They trust him completely. His gaze, constant and thoughtful, settled on the distant trees. Because he trusts himself, a pause, then a low murmur. The same care he shows them, that's the care you need to show yourself. A cool breeze scented with pine and damp earth stirred the air. Dax inhaled deeply, the scent filling his lungs, a tangible balm. He rose, the movement slow and deliberate, a sigh escaping his lips as he exhaled, releasing something heavy unseen. The remaining weeks unfolded like a slow, sun-drenched meditation. Family laughter echoed through the long evenings. Dax felt the turning of the earth, not just in the shifting colors of the leaves, but in the deepening quiet within himself. The moon waxed and waned, a celestial mirror reflecting the inner tides of his being. The air itself hummed with the unspoken power of the equinox, a silent promise of renewal. He felt the shift in the energy, a subtle but powerful current flowing through the forest, through the family, through him. He knew with an absolute certainty that everything truly was energy, Across the gulf of a million dead stars, the flagship Leviathan pulsed with malevolent energy. Nara, her eyes like chips of glacial ice, and Scorn, his presence a storm gathering on the horizon, stood before Blood Rain. The air crackled with unspoken tension. The scent of ozone sharp in their nostrils. A taste of impending war thick on their tongues. An hour bled into an eternity. Blood Rain, his crimson eyes burning holes in them, demanded answers. Nara's voice, low and hypnotic, cut through the oppressive silence. I've channeled the currents of cosmic energy. What we foresaw is etched in the fabric of reality. By the winter solstice, 1 year hence, his defenses will shatter. Our presence will be a whisper in the void, a phantom touch, condensing that much power. It's a crucible of raw spirit. A dance with the abyss itself, but I saw it. A vision. A pristine snow-covered landscape. The silence broken only by the desolate cry of a winter hawk. Breathtaking, horrifying beauty. Our beauty. This is the foresight. This is the foresight of Nara, of what's to come. She is foretelling what is about to happen. Welcome, Shirley. She is foretelling what is to come in the next season, in the next chapter. Scorn's laugh was a rasping wind through the skeletal branches. At his weakest, we strike. His very essence, his lifeblood, it will be ours. He was a predator, barely contained, the thrill of the hunt etched onto his face. Blood Rain's voice, gravely and laced with cruel amusement, was a caress of icy steel. And you are certain? This is our key to his annihilation? Scorn's confidence was a weapon, sharp and lethal. I prepared an astrophysical ritual, a spell woven from the very fabric of the cosmos. Whatever we drain from him, we magnify. We expand 1,000-fold. His power becomes our arsenal. With the plan sealed, a pact forged in shadows and ambition, the Bahamut dragons, titanic behemoths of muscle and fire, plunged through a shimmering portal. Through roars echoing across the void, their arrival was unknown, shrouded in the mist of time. Some whispered of a cataclysmic clash in the Valley of Dragons, a battle for the ages, but others spoke of devastation beyond comprehension, a symphony of destruction that would leave only ash and silence in its wake. The fear in their hearts was a tangible thing, a chilling premonition of the cosmic storm about to break. That is chapter 5. That's chapter 5. That is chapter 5. We're getting there. You see how it just creeps up on you like a creeper? Yeah, it's getting heated. No matter how well you prepare, they're coming. So, we're just going to move on to chapter 6. Welcome, one of God's warriors. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, we're going to just continue to chapter 6. Chapter 6. Winter Solstice. Snow fell in thick, silent flakes, blanketing the harvested fields in a pristine white. The air, crisp and clean, carried the scent of pine and wood smoke, the comforting aroma of a Yuletide gathering. Laughter, warm and resonant, spilled from the large cabin, where the crackling Yule log cast dancing shadows on faces illuminated by its cheerful glow. Herbs promising prosperity and love hung from the rafters, the fragrances mingling with the sweetness of spiced cider. Dax, amongst the others, felt the deep contentment settle over him, a blanket as soft and comforting as the snow outside. But in the hushed woods, unseen, Nara and Scorn moved like phantoms. Their approach was unsettling. Not a single animal stirred. Not a bird took flight. The stillness was more terrifying than any sound. Bahamut dragons, they knew, could wear a mask of peace until hunger consumed them. Scorn's words, a chilling whisper of a plan, hung heavy in the air between them. Then silence, broken only by the crunch of snow under their boots as they separated, the festive cheer replaced by a creeping dread. Hours before the first log would ignite, children's joyous shrieks echoed through the snow-laden trees. All right, everyone, together. Dax's voice, though firm, held a hint of underlying anxiety that tightened in his chest. No splitting up. Dax and Selene walked hand in hand. The snow crunched softly beneath their boots. It's been too long, Dax murmured, his voice misting in the frigid air. Not since Rashima, but still, it's always peaceful here, with you. Selene blushed, a delicate rose against the snow's stark white. Remember our first date, sitting on those stairs all night? Dax smiled, the memory warming him from within. Time stopped. Selene's voice sharpened, cutting through the quiet intimacy. Stay where I can see you, children. The children, heedless, had wandered too far. Dax started after them, leaving Selene behind. Unaware, Nara and Scorn stalked them through the silent trees. Back in Rashima, Brielle felt a prickling unease, a familiar chill crawling up her spine. A cold dread settled upon her. Deep within her heart, she knew what it meant. It emanated from the forest edge, a cold, dangerous energy. With a desperate hope, she reached out telepathically, her words piercing the distance. Selene returned at once. Bring the children back. Dax, where are you? Dax's blood ran cold as Brielle's urgent warning filled his mind. He didn't flinch, didn't hesitate. His words to Selene were sharp, decisive. Selene, listen. Go back with the children. You're too far. Whatever happens to me, get back to Rashima. Within the barrier, you'll be safe. Selene's voice choked with tears, cut him off. Bubby, come back, quickly. Dax's voice was low, firm, determined. Selene, take them now. I'll be right behind you. Scorn smirked, a predatory slash across his face, tasted of iron and malice. The air itself crackled within the anticipation of violence. You truly believe I come alone, Dax? Remember the city of dragons? The reek of scorched earth? The taste of ash in your mouth? The moment your father, in his pathetic attempt at familial protection, fused with the ancient power, a power that now screams your vulnerability from every pore. Even now, as we stand poised on the precipice of eternity, time itself seems to hold its breath. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Dax's eyes, wide and haunted, mirrored in the inferno, reflected in scorn. The word us hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. A physical blow. He whipped around, the stench of fear sharp in his nostrils, as he saw Nara, shadow swift, a wraith behind Selene and the children, her presence a tangible wave of icy dread. Dax launched himself, a desperate blur of motion, but Nara was a phantom, dissolving into the air with a chilling whisper that sneaked into Dax's very soul. Embrace despair. She vanished, leaving behind only the echoing silence before the storm. Scorn, a viper coiled behind Dax. A voice, a guttural rasp that vibrated in Dax's bones, unleashed his power. The incantation. Bahamut Scourge. Ripped through the air, a searing white light that seared the retinas of smelled of ozone and impending doom. The ground trembled under the weight of its raw, untamed fury. Daylight hemorrhaged across the afternoon sky, a blinding eruption that seared itself into every retina. Selene whirled, her breath catching in her throat. The light, a malevolent bloom, a spell ripped from the very fabric of reality, pulsed from Dax, tearing him apart from the inside. She saw the raw energy, a violent crimson torrent leaching from his body. Ignoring the searing heat that slammed into her, she smashed through the magically reinforced barrier, a desperate lunge towards him. But she arrived too late. Only the retreating figures of Nara and Scorn, their faces grim with triumph, remained. They carried off their prize, the energy source, leaving a desolation in their wake. Dax's body convulsed, a shuddering exhale escaping his lips. His voice, a rasping whisper in her ear, caught her ear. Selene, the children, safe. His eyes, glazed with pain, flickered. Energy coma. Seal the gap. Selene's hand clamped down on his, her touch desperate. Please, she choked out, her voice crackling. Just rest. You'll be okay. We'll get you to the city. No, he coughed, a spray of blood misting his lips. It had to happen. The energy within me. His grip tightened on hers, almost painfully. Hey, stop crying. Smile. Don't leave Brielle. She'll worry. Sleep. I can't fight. His eyes drifted close. Silence descended, broken only by Selene's ragged sobs. Bubby, wake up. Please, wake up. The word wake up echoed in the still air, a desperate plea against the encroaching silence. I almost started crying. Oh, my word. I almost started crying. Spiritually, are you crying back there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was coming. I knew it was coming. Oh, Joy, tell me. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Dax got it. He got. Welcome, Nicole. He got. Joy, talk to me. Talk to me. Oh my, yeah. Wasn't it? Wasn't it sad? I had to. What I threw out in this book was from here. He knew. Dax knew there was no other way, but what got away from him the most, what made it more no explanation of how to prepare for this. He didn't know that he was going to be alone or together. It was unpredictable. So thus his action was his only action. Protect Selene and the children. Let them get back to Rashima. Because welcome in Mrs. B19108. Welcome in. Nara wasn't there. He assumed that Nara was there physically. Scorn got him with his back turned. We're not done with this chapter yet, so I'll continue. The winter solstice, a time for warmth, for families huddled close against the biting chill. This year, Rashima's home, usually ablaze with the cheerful light of lanterns, was plunged into the cold shadows of despair. The festive scent of spice wine and roasting meats had vanished, replaced by a stark, bitter aroma, the smell of loss clinging to the air like frost. Selene and Brielle, their faces etched with grief, huddled together. two fragile flames flickering in the encroaching darkness. The silence, thick and heavy, was broken only by their quiet, heart-wrenching sobs. Even Rashima, a woman known for her unwavering strength, was bowed by this grief. A desolation settling upon her like a shroud. A despair echoing the emptiness of the city of dragons after its fall. The question hung unspoken, a chill wind whispering through the desolate landscape. When would Bloodrain return? That is chapter 6. And I'm going to go right into chapter 7. Because this is where it really gets emotional. Dax got struck. Like, devastatingly struck. With his back turned. Fun fact about dragons. Their weak point is their backs. And in this case, we're talking about Dax being as caring as he is, as protective as he is of Selene. He had no choice. So, here we go. Listener discretion advised. Chapter 7, Silent Recovery. The crackle of the Yule log, a defiant orange heart against the encroaching winter darkness, filled the great hall 2 days after that happened outside the town walls. Brielle, her face etched with worry, meticulously fed the flames, obeying Selene's silent command. Selene herself moved with a quiet intensity, her gaze fixed on Dax. He lay in their largest bed, a stark contrast to the vibrant tapestry hanging above. His skin pale and strangely cold beneath the rough spun wood blanket. Strong arms belonging to the townsman had carried him inside, their faces grim, their movements careful. Selene whispered instructions to the temple guardians. Two women, their eyes ancient and knowing, were sharp, precise. They knelt beside Dax, their fingers tracing the faint pulsing glow beneath his skin. A murmur barely audible above the crackling fire passed between them. Bahamut's mark, a draining, a catastrophic. Selene felt a cold dread bloom in her chest. The ancient spell, a power only the legendary Bahamut dragons commanded, had been unleashed. She remembered Scorn's insatiable hunger for power, the reckless abandon with which he pursued it. This extraction of life force, this brutal leeching of energy, it had cost him dearly. But the price paid by Dax was far greater. She straightened, the weight of their situation pressing down on her. The air hung thick with unspoken fears. He fights from within, she breathed, her voice low. The only answer was the rhythmic hiss of the flames, mirroring the silent flame raging inside Dax. The scent of pine filled the air, oddly comforting against the chilling reality what lay before them. No one knew when, or even if, he would awaken. Sunlight, pale and watery, slanted through the dusty window panes of their home, illuminating motes, dancing in the stillness. Selene sat beside Dax, her fingers tracing the sharp line of his jaw. The air hung heavy with unspoken worry. She pushed the window open, a sigh escaping her lips as the first tentative breath of spring air stirred the curtains. Ah, she whispered, the sound barely audible above the tick-tock of a grandfather clock in the hall. That's better. Smell that? Brielle says March will bring a riot of color. Dandelions mostly. She's planning a picnic, a whole town dandelion fry. Thinks you should try frying again this year, you know. You always do. A faint smile touched her lips, then faded. Mama's coming down too. bringing her dandelion wine. Said she made gallons, enough for everyone, considering how they grow wild in her valley. Her gaze dropped to his chest, her hand hovering over the barely perceptible rise and fall of his breath. She felt the absence in him, a hollowness that echoed the ache in her own heart, a void where his vibrant energy usually pulsed, a protective barrier barely clinging to the edges. Days bled into weeks, weeks into months. Celine's presence was a constant, a hushed footfall, a murmured word, a gentle adjustment of the blanket. Sometimes she ate, mostly she didn't. Mostly she simply lay beside him, the curve of his body a stark contrast to the emptiness she felt inside. The unfamiliar weight of his stillness pressing down on her. The silence, punctuated only by the occasional creak of the house settling, stretched out before her, an endless, empty canvas. Welcome, Kinky Power. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's hard for Celine. Get what I'm saying? It is hard for her. It's hard for her to see him in this state. Excuse me. Seeing him in this state has broken her. She doesn't know what to do. All she knows how to do is just talk to him, make sure he's comfortable. You know, she doesn't take her eyes off of him. She barely eats. She's worried like crazy. All right, we're at almost 35,000 likes. All right. Yeah. I told you, Joy. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Listener discretion advised. We're not even done with this yet. She's got it tough.
Correction, you got 50,000 likes.
50. Oh, thank you. Because I didn't know what was going on. I guess I'm lagging. I don't know. Thank you. We're at 50,000. Thank you for the update. Thank you for liking the live. And let us continue. One day, tears traced a path through the dust on her cheek. Bubby, she choked out, her voice raw with grief. I got you some tea from the shop. Would you like some? Her voice cracked, a sob escaping. Brielle's been asking about you. The children, they miss you so much. They keep asking when will you wake up. Bubby, some days I don't know if I can. I'm afraid of losing control. I just want to know you're okay. Wherever you are. Her hand trembled as it reached out to brush a stray lock of hair from his forehead. A silent plea hanging in the air, lost in the suffocating silence of their shared home. The air hung thick and still, a suffocating blanket woven from the scent of ozone and something ancient, earthy. Celine felt the crawl of time, each second stretching into an eternity. But within Dax's core, time seemed to fracture, to dissolve altogether. A shimmering opalescent energy pulsed around a yawning chasm, a void in the very fabric of his being. It throbbed with a potential as vast as the universe, a silent scream of possibility. Dax's breath hitched, his voice a low tremor below the silence. Wow, this is serious. He ran a hand through his slicked hair, the gesture jerky and desperate. He stared into the abyss, his eyes wide, reflecting the swirling light. I could seal it, just shut it down. But then, what's left? An empty shell. He swallowed hard, the sound swallowed by oppressive stillness. We're inside Dax, within his being. If you wanted to know, we're inside Dax. We're inside him. He sees this massive chasm of space, a void. Welcome in, Sophia. Welcome in. a vast chasm of hollowed out space where there was energy. They took a mighty chunk out of him. They took a mighty chunk. So let me continue. The silence stretched, broken only by the whisper of the energy field, a siren song of unrealized potential. Then a ripple, not in the air, not in the light, but in Dax's very being. A presence, a phantom touch. His eyes snapped up, fear etched on his face, a stark contrast to the ethereal glow surrounding him. He knew, with a sickening certainty, who stood at the edge of the chasm, a specter from a past he thought buried forever. Dax whirled around, the shimmering remnants of scorned spells still painting fractals across his vision. A figure materialized, impossibly familiar. His father. A ghost, perhaps? Impossible. Dad? Dax breathed, the name a choked whisper. How? His father smiled, a warmth that cut through the spectral chill. The air around him hummed with the unseen energy, a tangible thrum that vibrated in Dax's bones. I'm real, son, his father said, his voice a low rumble. But only here, in this space I created. A failsafe, you might say. A haven. He gestured to the surroundings, which seemed to pulse with a soft inner light, the very air itself thick with the scent of ozone and ancient magic. Dax's father continued, the words painting a vivid picture in Dax's mind. When I emerged the ancient energies, I unknowingly forged a sanctuary, a core to protect my family, a place for you, or Ryan, should you ever need it. His gaze softened. You've embraced the energy, my son, though tragically lost a piece of it. But even in its emptiness, you can feel it. You can become it. He pointed his finger, tracing a shimmering line of faint energy. The residue remains, a foundation for your power. Look. His father's eyes flickered towards a figure in the distance. His wife, Celine, her shoulders slumped by her jaw clenched tight with unwavering resolve. The quiet strength in her stance resonated with the palpable sorrow, a testament to the burden of his absence. The elders, the universe, they saw greatness in you, Celine, Brielle. Even after what happened to me, my choice was necessary. Dax's gaze mirrored the love in his father's eyes as he saw her fighting the emotional fatigue. It was then that the pieces clicked into place. He could recover. How would he? He could recover. He would recover. A surge of hope, sharp and bright as a sunbeam, pierced the darkness. His father's voice, gentler now, guided him. Heal yourself, my son. You must undertake a deep astral journey, traveling through each energy. Clear your mind, your heart, your very being. Here, time is an illusion. You are in control. When you're ready, create a dragon seal. Center yourself. Understand the energies as I did. Know what you desire according to your true nature will manifest. His father's voice faded into the softly pulsing light. I love you, son. Trust your intuition. It never lies. With a final lingering smile, his father vanished. Dax, heart pounding with a newfound purpose, summoned the dragon seal, a swirling vortex of emerald and sapphire light. He plunged into the heart of his radiant core. The journey inward beginning, a process of refining, of becoming. A silent promise echoed in the space. He would emerge reborn. That is the end of chapter 7. Welcome in. Welcome. I'm sorry I missed you. You just got home? I saw you just got home. How you been? I am in the thicket of this. I am in the thick. I'm in the thickens. Dax has been got. Dax has been got too. He got. He was attacked. But the season of the winter solstice, it happened. He was struck, nearly destroyed. Yeah, it happened. It happened. Ooh. And I know. Welcome, DM Spina. Welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you stay a little longer. Right now, Dax is in recovery. Celine has not left his side, much less leave the bedroom. And much less she's barely eating. But she doesn't know what's going on the inside. She doesn't know what's going on the inside of Dax. Dax is going through some soul searching to remend his energy. Okay? So I'm just catching you up. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. So, I'm just going to continue. Continue to do so. Okay. Intermission. You need a few. I'll keep it brief. Okay? I'll keep it brief. I'll keep it brief. Okay? But just relax. Welcome in, Ace. Welcome to the live. Welcome in. Okay. We good? We still together? We still together? 1 second, y'all. I need to do something. Okay. Until I turn it off. Okay. All right. Y'all ready? We still together? We got some more people that came in. You know, they came in gracefully, not coming in fast forward. All right. It's getting juicy. Chapter 8. The Plan Against Rashima. Crimson nebulae bled across the viewport of Bloodrain's flagship, a dying star's light painting the obsidian hull. Within, the air thrummed with stolen energy, Dax's energy, pulsing faintly within containment fields. Scorn, his face pale but resolute, addressed his assembled commanders. Rashima, with Dax incapacitated, we seize the temple's power. It's ours for the taking. Nara, her voice a chilling whisper, nodded. A swift strike. They will surrender or burn. It's their judgment. In Rashima, a hushed stillness clung to the air. Celine, her fingers tracing the faint rise and fall of Dax's chest, remained oblivious. But Dax was awake, immersed in a swirling vortex of emerald light, a sacred space that shimmered with an ancient power. Voices, deep and resonant as the earth itself, echoed around him. You stand upon the dragon shield, young one. The voices boomed, a chorus weaving through the emerald glow, a place sacred since the dawn of time. We are the ancients, the collective mind of Gaia's consciousness. We were dragons once, and we see your potential. Dax felt a surge of power, the raw energy, a living thing within him. The voices continued. Your father glimpsed only the shadows of our power. He saw only the consequences of our merging. But here in this space, you will understand the endless possibilities of light. This energy, it will become your own. It will sharpen your mind, amplify your strength, imbue your very blade. Dax's breath hitched. How long would this take? The voices, a calm tide in the maelstrom of energy, answered. As long as you need. This space molds to your will. Tell us, young one, what is your greatest strength? Images flooded Dax's mind. Celine's face, radiant and fierce. Brielle's laughter, bright as a summer sun. His mother-in-law's comforting embrace. Tears blurred his vision. My wife, my sister, my mother-in-law. He choked out, his voice thick with emotion. They are my strength. Without them, I am nothing. A wave of incandescent energy washed over him, hotter than any star. He gasped, his hand instinctively rising to shield his eyes. I feel it. Dragon energy. And they're coming. To Rashima. To attack. The voices calmed him. Be still. When you emerge, your power will be beyond imagining. Take your time. The emerald light pulsed, a promise of power yet to be unleashed. The wind whipped Celine's hair across her face, carrying the stench of sulfur and the thrum of approaching power. A cold dread, sharp as shattered glass, pierced her. She gasped, her voice raw. Brielle, they're here. Get everyone back inside. Before the words left her lips, a shimmering emerald tear ripped open in the sky above the village gate. Nara and Scorn materialized, their faces grim, their army, a tide of shadow and steel, surging out behind them. The air crackled with malevolent energy, the scent of Ozo thickened Celine's nostrils. Escape was impossible. The village, nestled in a valley cradled by ancient gnarled trees, was trapped, with a roar that shook the very foundations of their homes. Celine unleashed a shimmering sapphire barrier, encasing the town in a protective embrace. Nara stepped forward, her voice a venomous hiss. This haven, this energy, belongs to us. Surrender your power, or watch your precious village crumble. We already possess a significant fragment, don't we, Celine? The words dripped with malice, each syllable a poisoned dart. Celine's hands clenched, knuckles white, her eyes blazing with furious power. But Brielle's hand on her arm, a fierce grip, stopped her. No, sister. There are too many. We must protect them. Brielle's gaze locked with Nara's, a silent challenge blazing in her emerald eyes. You and I both know this energy won't be yielded easily, Nara. Have you forgotten my strength? I would hate to unleash my full power. I love Celine, Dax, and these people. Scorn chuckled, a low guttural sound that scraped against Celine's nerves. His eyes, cold and calculating, were fixed on Brielle. Always your weakness, even as a Bahamut, denying your right to claim this power, this place. Brielle's breath hitched, a storm of controlled fury visible in the heat shimmering around her. I chose to transmute my desire to find a different power, the lust for dominance, the devastation it caused. I will not let that happen again. I protect these people. The air itself seemed to crackle with the intensity of her conviction. Inside Dax and Celine's home, the air hummed with a different kind of energy. Dax's transformation, a crescendo of power. His skin glowed with the inner light, his eyes burning with an ancient wisdom. A voice, vast and resonant, echoed through the room. Young one, you have filled the void. Remember, your transformation is a constant ebb and flow. Change is inevitable in both worlds. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. Protect those you cherish. But remember, even the greatest power bends to universal law. Cause and effect remain. Dax bowed his head, the weight of his newfound power evident in his posture. I thank you, great elders. I will do my best. Y'all with me still? Y'all still with me? Dax is about to wake up.
Joy sent you a gift and you missed it.
I did. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did mention that these chapters are a little longer. Forgive me. But tell me what y'all think. I'm not done with it yet. Tell me what you think. Welcome, Mimi. You know, this is the newfound dragon energy. Yes, I know you're vested. I know you're vested. This is, filled the void. They didn't quite get all of the raw power. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the confetti. Thank you for the confetti. I didn't miss that one. I'm so sorry. I'm vested in my own work. So Dax is about to reawaken, and some is about to go down. So let's get back into it. Stay together. Stay together. The Rashima wind whipped around Brielle and Selene, stinging their faces as they braced Nara and Scorn's advance. The attackers' shadows etched against the bruised twilight sky were poised to strike. Then a warmth bloomed in the air, a palpable wave of golden light, pushing back the encroaching darkness. It felt like a sun rising after a long, brutal winter. Selene's breath hitched, tears welled, blurring the monstrous figures before her. Brielle felt it too, the familiar thrumming of power, of a comforting presence against the chilling malevolence of their enemies. A voice, rich as honey and deep as the earth, resonated in Selene's heart, bypassing her ears. Selene, Brielle, my strength returns to you. Then he was there, materializing from the shimmering heat haze. He stood, tall and imposing, his eyes burning with an ancient dragonfire energy that swallowed the twilight. The same aura Selene remembered, yet transformed. Refined, a honed blade where once there'd been a flickering flame. His very presence exuded peace, a stark counterpoint to the furious energy of his foes. Selene choked out a single word, a sob escaping her lips. Bubby. Her smile, a slow, reassuring curve of his lips that seemed to disarm the very air itself. I don't know how long it took you, his voice boomed, laced with the quiet strength that dwarfed Scorn and Nara's menacing posture. But time was merely a tool. I was elsewhere, free, and when I saw my wife weeping, my sister defending this home, I knew I had to return. His gaze swept over the town, lingering on the flickering candlelight in the windows, the huddled forms of the villagers. This place, these people, my mother-in-law, they are precious to me. His voice hardened, a low growl rumbling in his chest. I offer you one chance. Retreat through whatever hellish portal you crawl from. This town's energy will never be yours. Dax is back. I'm going to read that paragraph once more, and with much more feeling. Here are the threats he gives Nara and Scorn. His voice hardened, a low growl rumbling in his chest. I offer you one chance. Retreat through whatever hellish portal you crawl from. This town's energy will never be yours. The spiritual weight of his words slammed into Scorn and Nara, palpable as a physical blow. Scorn recoiled, fear flickering in his eyes. Nara's grip loosened on her weapon. Dax, his dragonfire eyes blazing, cut through the stunned silence. The power you stole from me, it returns. Ask Bloodrain himself. You both discussed this theft, this violation. Didn't you? Remember when Bloodrain was a council member? I mentioned that. I did say Bloodrain is a formal member of the council. The revelation hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. Scorn and Nara exchanged a look, a desperate understanding passing between them. With a reluctant growl, Scorn turned, Nara falling in beside him. They fled, leaving behind a silence thick with unanswered questions and the lingering warmth of Dax's return. That is chapter 8. Welcome in, James. Welcome. Welcome in. That was chapter 8. Dax has returned. put it in a perspective of Dax was down for quite a while. He was down for quite a while. That was a big hole he had to fill. That was a mighty hole he had to fill. So he's back. This is a flicker of a moment to breathe. Now that Nara and Scorn have retreated with the revelation on their minds, they didn't know that Bloodrain was a former member of the council. You would have thought they would have noticed something, that he would never be around. He would always be elsewhere. Let's just get into it. Let's just try to go through this. Chapter 9. A prosperous spring. Dawn painted the Rashima sky in bruised purples and apricot. The air alive with the scent of thawing earth and the first tentative blooms of spring. The equinox, a time of rebirth, palpable in the vibrant green of the park where Dax sat. The sun warming his face. Around him, his friends shared this bounty of Celine's mother's arrival. Amber pools of dandelion wine shimmering in the sunlight, a testament to new beginnings. Dax inhaled deeply, the sweet floral scent a counterpoint to the weight of his words. The energies within me. They were dragons, he began, his voice low, resonating with the ancient power he now understood. Dragons who ascended. We are far more potent than we know, far older than this earth we walk upon. His gaze swept across the faces of his listeners, lingering on each one, the unspoken weight of his revelation hanging heavy in the air. The whispers of the past brushed against the present. Back in Bloodrain's camp, a restless energy crackled between Nara and Scorn. Scorn, his face a mask of simmering frustration, exploded. Why didn't you tell us about the Dragon Council? About the power's origins? Bloodrain, his face a calm counterpoint to Scorn's fury, turned, the setting sun glinting off his armor. Your desires blinded you. You were too eager, too selfish. That's why my army moved with deliberate patience. Yes, I was on the council. But my aims, they clashed with theirs. They banished us. Only Nyla and Spire, Brielle's parents, chose to remain. I let you stumble, let you grapple with the power. You're young, inexperienced. Yet even the boy, he gestured to Dax, a hint of respect in his voice, has learned more from trial than you two combined. Scorn's nostrils flared, his voice a raw snarl. You could have told us. You could have saved us so much. The words trailed off, leaving the bitter taste of regret hanging in the air, thick as the approaching twilight. Nara's hands, calloused from years of wielding a sword, settled on her brother Scorn's rigid shoulders. His breath hitched, a ragged rasp in the echoing cavern. The truth hung heavy between them, a tangible weight. They attempted to steal power beyond their grasp. Bloodrain, the only one who understood its intricacies, watched them, his ancient eyes like chips of obsidian in the flickering torchlight. My slow advance on Rashima, Bloodrain's voice boomed, resonating with the cavern's age, has always been the plan. I intend to ignite a war. You crave power. I possess a vision. He gestured to the cosmos shimmering through a crack in the ceiling. The spring equinox pulses through the realms, a surge of potent energy. I will shape my own world with it. Create, destroy. Feel it. Feel the equinox thrumming through you. His gaze sharpened, drilling into Nara and Scorn. He continued, his voice dropping into a low growl. Intention. Every dragon, selfless or selfish, knows this. It unlocks dreams beyond imagination. My niece, my nephew, Brielle has chosen her path. My kin have chosen. What will you choose? Their choice was etched on their faces. Bloodrain's callous fingers guided the raw energy ripped from Dax into their very beings. The ancient power, normally lost to the ages, pulsed pulsed with newfound life, merging with their own. Blood Rain watched, his own power a maelstrom held in check, a chilling contrast to the controlled flow he channeled into their veins. He didn't need this power. He was something else, something darker. Across the cosmos, in the heart of the Dragon City, springtime bloomed in riotous color, yet the council chamber was draped in shadow. Dax, Celine, and Brielle stood before Yakana, the air thick with unspoken dread. Yakana's voice cut through the silence. "We have much to tell you." Dax's jaw clenched, his voice, usually booming with laughter, was tight with grim foreboding. "Trisara, this is only the beginning. What's coming will dwarf the devastation of 20, 30 years ago." Trisara's response was a chilling whisper against the backdrop of vibrant spring. "A war is coming between us and the Bahamut." The air in the cavern hung thick in the scent of ancient stone and ozone, a low thrum vibrating from the very bedrock beneath their clawed feet. Trisara's voice, honed by centuries, sliced through the silence. "Blood Rain's plan is already in motion," she stated, her emerald eyes glinting with a fierce light. A tremor ran through Brielle, a physical manifestation of the unspoken dread. Brielle's mother, her scales the color of a twilight sky, spoke. "All right, we reached our goal. Appreciate it, everyone. Welcome, Hardly Filtered. Welcome in. I'm going to read this one over. Brielle's mother, her scales the color of a twilight sky, spoke, her voice a low rumble that shook the very stalactites hanging from the ceiling. "Before you even drew breath, Brielle, we banished your uncle and much of our kin. Blood Rain, your uncle, Nara and Scorn, your siblings." Silence, heavy and suffocating, descended. The weight of revelation pressed down on Brielle, crushing her family, the architects of the coming darkness. Brielle's father, his voice a deep baritone that resonated with the power of mountains, continued. "We Bahamut dragons crave power, a curse, a weakness. But we will tell you what comes." His gaze, ancient and knowing, locked onto Brielle. He described the war not in abstract terms, but with chilling detail. A maelstrom of fire and destruction, the earth cracking open, spewing forth molten rock, the screams of dying dragons echoing across the ravaged landscape. But this time, he emphasized, it wasn't just a dragon war. Other realms were coming, intent on their annihilation, on the destruction of the city of Rashima itself. "Blood Rain," he growled, "knows the ancient energies. Dax's father found 5. Blood Rain, a former council member, knows there are more. With this power, his vision to reshape the universe is unstoppable." Yakana, her voice like wind chimes in a storm, added a chilling counterpoint. Nara and Scorn will hunt you. Their armies will march. While we face Blood Rain, you 3, you must be wary. Blood Rain, before the darkness consumed him, was brilliant. His knowledge, his understanding of power, that's what makes him so lethal. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? You got everybody of the council. You got Mama Yo, you got Trisara, you got Nyla and Spire. We're coming into we're ushering in, as we speak, book 3. And book 3 is almost done. Okay? We're coming into book 3. I shall continue. Trisara's gaze softened, a glimmer of hope piercing the gloom. There's no set timetable. Live. Focus on yourselves, on each other. Your strength will grow. Brielle, you were chosen to protect Rashima. If we hold to the light, we will prevail. The weight of their words settled, a stark contrast to the vibrant burst of spring outside the cavern. New buds unfurled, the air buzzed with nascent life. Yet the threat of war hung heavy, a storm gathering on the horizon. The fragile beauty of springtime, a fleeting illusion against the coming darkness. The future, unwritten, lay before them, waiting to be shaped by their choices. And that is the end of chapter 9. That is the end of book 2. That is the end of book 2. That last chapter ushers in book 3, in which that is solely on the war. That is on the Dragon War. And this is signaling other neighboring star systems to get in on the annihilation. Bloodrain and his entourage was painting the cosmos red. Either join him or be destroyed. I am glad you enjoyed it. I thank y'all for tuning into this. So,
Yeah, too look like she mad because it ended the way it ended.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait till. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah, see? She
yes,
mad.
I'm sorry. That is what my higher self say to end it. That is, I shall go with it. Okay, everyone's gonna have to wait until book 3. Okay, book 3 is the Dragon War. Only the Dragon War. Okay, because in book 3 we're going further in the portal. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what you're going to experience in book 3. Book 3, Selene goes to the lunar realm to meet her sister dragon, Solara. And who is there? None other than Draelos. Birthbound to Dax, in which, let me give you a little history between Dax and Draelos. Dax and Draelos were born together as one. Dax is a little child, baby. Draelos is already walking around flying. Okay? In the lunar realm, she meets finally Solara, the moon queen, the moon dragon queen of that realm. And her mate is Draelos, a Bahamut. Bahamuts are very misunderstood beings. They misunderstood Draelos much. That's why he ran this far into the deeper realms. You cannot just get to the lunar realm just by mere portal. It is special. This is where Selene is going in book 3. Selene is going to be learning some profound memories about Dax. She's going into Dax's Akashic records. I will say that again. Selene will be going into Dax's Akashic records to learn a spell, to learn more about her husband, to get to know her brother-in-law, Draelos. Draelos and Dax have never seen one another, but they've always felt each other's presence. I won't take long because I know I won't take long. I just want to give y'all a sneak peek. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The sneak peek is giving you something to look forward to, okay? So, okay, I'll give you this. I am 5 chapters away from finishing, okay? I'm 5 chapters away, okay? That's how close I am. I'm 5 chapters away from finishing the book. I'm 5 chapters away. So, got a little warm under there. Okay, so yeah, 5 chapters left, and it will be ready. I plan on reading the entire book when I'm off, when I got time. I'm planning on reading book 1 and 2 through. Go from start to finish. I'm thinking, what do you think, spiritual? What do you think? What day do you think I should do it? Oh, thank you for the Night Star. Thank you so much.
I don't know what day you want to do it. It depends on you. Just make it be like to be announced, and then whatever day you choose, that's what you do, and then do a registration and all that jazz.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Agreed. Okay. To be announced. Okay. TBA. But yes, I will be reading book 1 and 2 all the way through. And when that day comes, when it comes to me, I want to make sure I'm challenging myself. I want to make sure that I finish the last 5 chapters. Okay? Okay. Okay. All right. I will do that. So, tell me in the comments, what did you think of book 2? Tell me what you thought, because what you're expecting in book 3 is beyond what you just went through in book 1 and 2. Amazing. I have to agree. I have to agree. Forgive me for stumbling. My energy was everywhere. I was overly excited, and I forgot to drink my confidence tea, but I felt like I didn't need it. I will have, look, listen. Welcome in, Nah. I will have this recording on YT University, okay? And also, it is, it ended. I will be reading book 1 and 2 from start to finish, and that's to be announced, okay? That will be announced soon. So I will let you all know, and I'll put up the registration so you can get your seat in, and we're gonna do this like usual. Have some music playing. Got the portal open, so everyone to get their place in, so we can go deeper into this. Go into book 1 and 2. But for book 3, I know the recording will be on YT University. I wish he was here. But I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you for the goats, Hartley.
Thank you for the love, Hartley. I appreciate it.
There you go. But yeah, it has been a pleasure reading this book. Like I said, I'm going to repeat book 1 and 2. So those that came in late, set your calendars. I will be reading this. I will be reading from start to finish. And I will let you know what day I do it, okay? I'm thinking like probably next Wednesday. I don't know. I'll let you know. So, I'm going to end it here. I thank everyone that came in. Okay. I know. I'll see you there. Hartley. I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm
we
coming.
on our way. That's why he ending it now.
Yeah, I'm coming. I told you I'm not missing my soaps. I gotta relax. I told you. I told you. I'm leaving to go get ready for this. I need my soaps.
I want to know how a girl gonna sew with 9 fingers.
I mean, how? Thank you for the daily heartbeat, Nana. But like I said, this will be on YT University. I will upload it and let you know when it's there. But if those who have not heard of book 1, it's on there already right now. You can catch up on book 1, and I will have book 2 available soon. So give me some time, okay? What's going on, Conflow Records? Welcome in. We're about to end this. We're end this right away. So I thank y'all for tuning in with me. I left you where I needed to leave you all, at the edge of your seats. Because I know I left certain people on the edge of their seats. Yes, I ended it that way, and that was an epic way to end it. Because we're getting ready for some fighting, inwardly and outwardly. One more, too. You're going to experience the raw power of Selene.
Two ain't trying to hear you. She's like, yeah.
No. She gonna hear this. You're going to experience the raw power of Selene, the Demon Queen. Selene, the Demon Queen. So if you saw the post I put up for book 3's illustration,
She said that's what she want. Power.
you're gonna see Selene at her
She ready.
finest. You're gonna see
She
Selene
ready.
and Brielle. She's going to transform into the dragon Cirrus. You're gonna see how powerful these two sisters can go. They're about to go at a bout. And at that point, so Dax is nowhere around. It gets deeper, but that's where I'm gonna leave you. Selene transforms into the Demon Queen, and Brielle into the Dragon Cirrus. These two are about to wreck house. They're about to wreck house in book 3. And I will do my best not to let y'all down. Okay? When I finish these last 5 chapters, oh yeah, you want to make sure you make it. You make it. So, with that going forward, I will leave it at that. I thank everyone. How many likes did we end up with?
You got 66,000 likes.
All right.
Thank everybody for the tapping
Thank
the screen.
you.
We appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you.
Y'all
Thank
did
you.
a marvelous job with supporting. Thank you for coming and listening to the book. You got 158 shares out. Thank y'all.
Thank you
for all
so
the love
much.
you gave. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much. And like I said, I will not let y'all down on these. Much appreciated. I will not let y'all down on these last 5 chapters, because these last 5 chapters are going to bring it all to a head, because there will be a book 4, but that's for a later date. So I'm going to get on out of here. I'm going to get my soaps. I'm going to relax and eat. Y'all do the same. I'm going to go over to Miss Nitaverse live, and I'm going to get my soaps in. So I suggest everyone just come on out this portal together and shut and seal it. Until next time, I bid adieu. Wait, let me drop you, baby. I got you.